I refused my family's plea to forgive my sister-in-law, Sarah. For years, she'd been subtly undermining my catering business, especially since her husband, my brother, started working for me. My parents, trying to keep peace, always urged me to let things go. But after the disaster at their 50th anniversary party, I couldn't. 3 months ago, my parents hired me to cater their huge celebration. I spent weeks planning a flawless menu. 2 days before, my lead chef called, frantic. Our entire truffle order, the centerpiece of the main dish, had been canceled. Not by us, but by someone impersonating me. Then, half our artisanal bread delivery was rerouted. We managed to scramble, but the food quality suffered. My parents were disappointed, embarrassed. They thought I'd become complacent, especially when Sarah, with her small baking side hustle, stepped in with some basic desserts. That evening, my brother Mark looked utterly defeated. He confessed Sarah had found his work phone, called suppliers posing as me, and deliberately sabotaged the order, thinking I'd cut her out of future family events. He had text messages where she boasted about it, even calling it teaching me a lesson. I showed my parents the proof. Their faces dropped. Mom started crying, saying she couldn't believe her own niece would do such a thing. Dad just kept shaking his head. When we confronted Sarah, she initially denied everything, spinning a story about Mark fabricating messages because he was jealous of her baking skills. She even tried to cry, saying I was turning the family against her. That's when Mark, usually quiet, pulled out his phone and played a voice recording. It was Sarah, laughing, detailing how she'd called the truffle supplier, changing the delivery address to a vacant lot across town. Her face went from defiant to ashen. My parents looked at her, then back at me. "We were so wrong, son," Dad said, his voice heavy. Mom hugged me tight. Sarah was speechless. She tried to storm out, but my father stopped her, telling her she was no longer welcome at any family gatherings until she apologized properly. She never did. 2 weeks later, Mark started his own small business. He still helps me on bigger gigs, but he said he couldn't stand being married to someone so petty. My parents never asked me to forgive Sarah again. Sometimes, you have to choose to protect yourself and your peace, even if it means disrupting the family dynamic. It was tough, but worth it.